Hello. Had a Mercury retrograde moment there in getting on here, but I am here. So, welcome everybody. So, come on in. I think notifications are just going out now. And yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. It's it's Monday, and I'm gonna pull this forward for me because I'm gonna sit back a bit. It's Monday, and it's a full moon in Capricorn in Cancer, and it's the first full moon in Cancer since January 2020. So we have not had a full moon since then. 2020, I think we ended up with two full moons in Cancer. It ended up. So we had an extra double dose of full moon in Cancer in 2020. And then in 2021, we didn't have one at all. So when the last full moon in Cancer, there was Saturn there and also Jupiter. So there was a lot going on, a lot happening, and now we come to this point of of the year where it's building up. This is a big week. This is a huge week for us. And okay, I got to look at where I started writing my notes. So, okay, I got it right here. There we go. Looking at everything, it's the sensitivity is definitely there. There's deep core wounds that are arising. I feel it's the Tower card with the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, you're moving to the other to somewhere new, but it's your choice. I mean, the Tower is saying we can go, the old is crumbling, we can go to somewhere new, or you can, or not. You can stay within the crumbling of it all. So this is wounds. These are deep wounds that are coming up, and we feel very vulnerable with all of this releasing. And so this week with Uranus stationary, or not stay, well, he's stationary now, but is going direct tomorrow. It takes a larger planet at least 5 days, from going stationary to going forward. We have Mercury has now in retrograde, and same with uh, lovely Venus. Now the energies are high. So in the declinations, when I look at the declinations are very high. So we are in a lot of high intensity type of energies. So this is really a lot of releasing and behavioral connections. And there's a lot of energy that's connected to the womb. So the lower chakras are really being activated. So a lot of releasing and transmuting within the lower chakras. So that is your solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. Your root probably feels like it's still shifting. There's a lot of shifting going along with the root, where to connect, how to connect. With the big explosion that we had on Saturday, was it Saturday morning? This is I feel like there's something more. I mean, that was pretty big in itself, but I feel like there's more to come. That was just I just gotta love my guides. You gotta love my guides when they do this. It was like that was just one of the big zits that needed to be burst. Sorry for the analysis. A lot of people are like, ew, gross, but it was like there was this releasing that had to come out and spew out. So there was a lot of that's coming out. A lot of people are going to be having problems maybe within the lower extremities when it comes to your sacral and solar plexus and root chakra. So really do gentle cleansings. Don't go really heavy, hardcore. Got to cleanse. It's I wouldn't, I wouldn't recommend it. You might put you into kind of your body into kind of a shock system, and we don't want to shock the system. So something nice and gentle and cleansing. Make sure you're drinking lots of water right now. There's a lot of the with this releasing and the nodes changing, there's a lot of geomagnetic energy that is going on, and you're going to be feeling that geomagnetic energy. So definitely keeping water, plus it is a full moon in Cancer. So drinking lots of water, add lemon and peppermint into your water if you want. That's going to help to bring in the electrolytes. So the electrolytes are going to play a really big role, especially this week, to make sure that your electrolytes are up. Energy C is a really nice, if you ever seen the packages of Energy C, you can just add them into your water. I used to, when I worked at Community Foods, we sold when on long weekends, when there was a long weekend and people were going out camping, they would buy a lot of Energy C because we knew that they're going out drinking. So you got to keep those electrolytes going, right? So a lot of electrolytes. Coconut water is really good. Cactus water is another one that's really good in keeping your electrolytes up as well. So this is really going to show you where the chaos within the chaos of the collective. So this week is going to be very chaotic. You're going to hear a lot of different news and different information that's coming in. Try and not follow down any crazy rabbit holes or crazy conspiracy theories at this time because of all the chaos and everything that's coming through. It's like you got to process yours. It's you processing yours, you processing to come into your light, your love, your alignment. When you are getting lost in others or other people's bullshit or other people's, whether, you might be really interested in it or what have you, but that could really also, bring in a lot of extra karmic energy that you don't need to process anymore at this time. Those of you who have taken the karmic release with me for the last, maybe was either last year or the year before, 2020, 2021, be kind and gentle with yourself and drink lots of fluids right now, because you are releasing, and you, especially the ones who came in 2020, you're coming to sort of the highlights of a lot of releasement from doing that karmic release back then. So just an FYI. And you did it when Saturn moved into Aquarius. So remember, Saturn is in Aquarius now. So this is really allowing for you to come out fully and completely and really reignite your energies and become illuminated. So this is a really great opportunity through innovations, the chaos, to really look at the things that are working for you, and even looking at things that you want to revive. So maybe there's something that you put on hold or you put in the bottom shelf, and it's coming out, dusting it off, and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to reactivate that energy because it feels right for me. So with the shaking and shifting that's going to be coming in this week and the moving, this is deep reflection with us, and more that's going to be coming to the surface, and pressure is building up and resurfacing. So there's a lot more pressure in that's coming in. Emotional growth, how we grow, this is collective, is changing. Truth is loads of truth with that, especially with Uranus going forward, the nodes changing, south node in in Scorpio, that's going to be happening. It is like going to be bringing in some radical, crazy truths that are going to come in. Some deep dives are going to come forth that maybe, a lot of people aren't going to like, or they're not going to believe, because it's a south node. It's the tail end of the dragon, so it's all the shit's gonna come out, right? Because the mouth of the dragon, or the head of the dragon, is that of North Node Taurus. So we got this North Node Taurus that's coming in, that is really looking at what is that we want to plan and put together. Remember, Uranus is in there too, so there's a lot of shaking up that's going in there, a lot of shaking up, and for 18 months, 19 months, they're going to be in there. They haven't been there for 19 years. So last time the North Node was in there, Uranus was not there. So this is really activating a lot of newness, a lot of change that's coming in, along with a full moon in Cancer, which is very mothering, loving energy, emotional, with the sun in Capricorn saying, you got to look here. This is where it's going to go. These are the steps that we need to take. And you really got to look at what is that foundation that you are putting down over, I'm going to say, over the next 9.5 months, because we are birthing something new. There's a rebirthing that's coming in, and that has to do, we're going into Venus. So that Venus energy is coming in with relationships, money, relationships of all kinds. So that could be your lover you have, your significant others, your relationship with your children, your boss, your relationship with your neighbors, your relationship in all levels. So relationships are coming in. Your finances, how are you with your finances? That, especially with Uranus and Taurus and going forwards, we're going to see some really crazy financial shakeups that are going to start coming in. So that's, this is where a lot of are saying, take your money out of the bank, just make sure you have the basics, because you're going to see where things are going to start getting really crazy shakeups that are going to happen with that Uranus going direct, and with Venus in Capricorn too. She is the ruler of Taurus. She loves money. And how are you emotionally or not emotionally attached to your finances? What does it mean with you and your money? Money's going to play a huge role. So would be a time to look at, okay, what is my relationship with money? How can I connect with my money? Is there some way of learning to work with money? Um, and if I can think of his name, it comes in because I could see his face, because he does a whole courses and really, revitalization and movement when it comes to freeing your body up, with accepting and allowing for the flow of the abundance to come in. Within yourself and within those around you. If you watch how loose is your spine, that's the thing. If you have back issues or lower spine issues, look at your relationship with your money and how that relates to your spine, because your spine is the curvature, is the movement of it, and how you feel emotionally with that energy. So that's integrating. So there's a lot of integrating with health that's coming in. And it is where we are becoming these cyclones, the cyclones of light that are coming in. So it's not so much that we're in the eye of the storm, where we are, in the middle, in the calmness. That's the eye of the storm is very calm. Everything's swirling around. Now we are becoming these cyclones of pure light that are spreading light around. So you're going to find that with this activity, within you, there is you might find a false sense of security, lower vibrations. And if everybody's spewing out, some people are going to be spewing out of the collective. So accepting your love, accepting your constraints, and coming into the different realities of what that's going to bring in with these energy streams. So there's just, I've been doing new full moon readings for people this morning, and it's like the Temperance has been coming out a lot. So the Temperance, the energy of the Temperance coming out, and that has to do with harmony, balance, and bringing that harmony and balance into your life. How are you mixing, and is that the mixture that you want? The other card that's been coming in too has been the Six of Swords and the Tower. So if I get the Temperance and the Tower and the Six of Swords, it's like, okay, how are you balancing the transition and changes that are coming into your world? Because they're huge. They're not just little ones. There's like big activations that are coming in, and these activations are bringing forth new light, new frequencies that maybe you haven't worked with, in this lifetime. So they're new frequencies. We also got to look at a lot of this energy is from 700 and some years ago. So 1248. Let me see where I wrote that down. So there's a lot of energies, new energies that we haven't lived through, but then we are karmically clearing all of that has been going on. We also have where Pluto's coming up to an activation point of the Pluto return for the United States natal chart. That's huge. None of us are going to live through a Pluto return, right? So what does Pluto represent? Death and resurrection. So what is no longer working? What is dying away? And it's not only for the United States, because the United States is one of the forefronts in our world today. It is one of the empires of our world, whether you like it or not. It's like England was an empire, Spain was an empire, Portugal was an empire. We had Denmark was an empire. So we got to look at all these different, we had the Middle East, when with the was a huge empire there, so the Middle Eastern empires. So we have all of these empires. They've come, they've gone, they've come, they've gone. Right now it's the United States. It is a big empire. It is huge. The foundation of the United States didn't even have that many people in in the colonies at that time. So you got to look at it's like what they wrote 247 years ago, is that in alignment with our truths of who we are today and in the collective of who we are as a country and as a world. So now we are looking and reevaluating a lot of our values, a lot of economic energies, economics. So here comes the economics, and then we got Pluto in Capricorn, but we also have Uranus in Neptune with Venus retrograde. So this is looking at what this all means to us and how this is uproaring. And here we are, these little cyclones of light, trying to converge into something that is more beautiful, that is more with composure. So we really don't want to go into and get lost in left field. So this is really revealing some deep truths with us. This is really coming in. There's going to be some, with this full moon brewing and this conjuncting with Pluto, conflict, emotional, overwhelming, what to do. And it's like so much. And since I have a limited time today, so that's why I'm just spewing out on you with all the information that I'm receiving. So this is looking at your planning. As I said yesterday, what are you planning? So taking that time with all of this heightened energy and looking at what is it that I need to plan for my week? How about for my month? So we can do little plans on what is, when we plant seeds, we have seeds that sprout up right away. So if you do microgreens sprout up right away. Okay, that's nutrition that I get right away. Yum, 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 yum. Right? So then what is going to be, say, a longer term? So what are the vines that I'm going to create? So looking at the vines take a little bit longer, but they will produce, something that I can create from those vines. From the vines, we can go into even longer. What are the trees, the roots, the deep roots, that's over time. So the bigger projects or the bigger things that I want to plan over time. So we start with what is first. We start with first, what are those little things that I can begin to nurture myself, begin to ground myself. And with that, I can look at where I'm going to put the other things within my garden. And how I look at it is like you can have this beautiful fountain in the middle, this water, this beautiful energy of water, and each parcel or each little piece of soil or land that you have is like, what am I planting in this planter box? What am I planting in that planter box? And what is there? And each one is going to take different nutrients. You can also look at it this way: it's like you have different greenhouses, and in each of those greenhouses you have different things that you are working on and growing. Some are going like crazy, some might be long term, like maybe you are still working on a beautiful orchid. Like they take time and pruning and what have you, to something maybe you are planting, or you planted a peach tree. And what does that peach tree need? So this is really gotta love my analogies that I get in my head. So this is looking at what is it that I need in my physical connection to this planet so much, and looking at what is needing to let go of the eruptions. With this full moon in Cancer, there's massive releasing. So, and utilizing the energy and channeling the energy in expansive, deep into our emotions and feelings and flowing. So this is really like, take some time, get some notes out, get some colors out. I feel like this is a really good doodle day over the next couple days, taking some time and doodling, writing out, creating what it is that you want to create, bringing in messages or words that have meaning for you. What are the words that you want to work with? over this. What are the words that you want to plant? So if you want to plant joy, what is planting joy to you? Do you want to plant thriving? What is thriving? Do you want to plant believe? What is believe? What is that energy to help you to ignite, to know that you are a creator? You are the creator of your destiny, of what it is that you want. You are a co-creator. Have tea time with your guides. Tea time with your guides. Have tea, coffee with your guides, and have that co-creating time and asking them which direction. This is what I want to do, and this is how I want to feel. Direct me to this energy within this crazy cyclone that I keep seeing everybody in, that is going to help me to um, co-create the reality of what it is that I want to have within my garden. So excuse me. So needing to operate in new ways, new experiences are coming in. Being open to the new ways, being open to the new experiences. Remember, out of chaos, you got to have the chaos, in order to bring something new in. So chaos precedes great change. So this chaos is bringing in great change, and through that more change is coming in, and it's going to rock our boat. It's going to shake things up, but shaking things up is shifting and moving us into a deepness, into a newness that is going to help us to create a new frequencies of love and light onto this earth. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Like this little moon, this little super moon is coming in, and it's like activating so much for the rest of this year. So what is it that you want to activate for this year? Let's utilize this energy with Cancer, the emotions that are coming forth, and with that Sun in Capricorn, what do you want to plan, and what does that look like and feel like? There you go. Bring in the grounding, Mary. Bring in the grounding. So positive change is here, and it's through that light and innovation, but it's intense with the Sun passing over Pluto and at 27 degrees. So I think, with that crazy volcano out there, that's just like the baby things that are going on. There's other things that I feel that are going to be greater within the eruptions. So I know we're going to be facing some deep and intense changes around us, but it's bringing in some really fabulous frequencies for us to connect with the communities that we want to connect with. And stock up. Saying to everybody, stock up if you are for your prescription medication. If you're able to get an extra month with your prescription medication, please do so. If there is extra things that you would need in the house, just stock them up right now. Not saying that everything's going to be off the shelf and there's nothing going to be there, but just make sure you have those little extra things or comforts that you would like to have just in case. So just saying, if you like, Sunny D, make sure you have maybe a couple extra Sunny Ds. If you like to eat certain types of food, make sure you have those, little things. So just do those little stocking ups right now, because there's, you might see things dwindling at the grocery store. So going to send you guys out so much love. If you are wanting a consultation, please get a hold of me. You can DM me, or you can definitely go to thegurumama.com and book an appointment and pay for it there. So you can do that for a consultation, and have a blessed one. Also, my workbook is available. So if you would like to get the workbook, the full moon workbook, it's $10. I also have my Aquarius workbook that is ready to go too, and it'll have the new moon that is happening on February 1st in it. So we have the Aquarius energy workbook that is available also. Same price. So sending you guys out so much love, and just activate that beautiful energy that you have and who you are, because you guys are all beautiful souls and beautiful lights. Know that you might if you are a cyclone, remember there's a lot of intense energy. So if you get angry, get mad, get frustrated, ah, you know, honor it. You might have to work through it a bit, but it's all going to be good. Have a blessed one. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Maybe I'll be on later. We'll see how everything goes with my full moon mini readings for people. So have a blessed one. And we will talk to you soon, babies. Bye bye.